What is up, PokeMoshPitBeta? This should be here, and today I have a black and white Wi-Fi battle against GreenDust and a bunch of numbers that I completely forgot of, but that's besides the point. Let's get this baby started in about 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to lead off with an Espeon as he leads off with an Infernape. Now, since it is in lead position, I could safely assume that he's either going to fake out or U-turn. And I know my Buzz can take either or, so I'm perfectly fine with that. And he is going to go with a fake out like I thought he would. And since he goes for the fake out, I can pretty much assume that he does have the Stealth Rocks as well. So I'm just going to go out to my Espeon predicting that. And he does indeed have that. So that's fine by me. I'm just going to be able to Magic Bounce that right back at him. And he's actually going to go for the Overheat here. And I actually thought he was going to go for the U-turn. And I knew I could live at least one U-turn from this thing since I am at max HP at this point. But he actually just goes for the Overheat, which is fine by me. I'm just going to go ahead and set up a Reflect. And he's actually going to switch out here and go out to his Ononikusu as I set up a Light Screen. And I'm thinking, even with the Reflect up, I'm kind of a little bit scared that I won't be able to take a Dual Chop as good as I thought, as good as I want to. So I'm just going to go ahead and go out to my Buzz knowing that it can. And he's actually going to switch out and go out into his Bayleaf as I go out into my Buzz. And I don't really know what he was predicting there, but I know in this situation I did get the upper hand. So I'm just going to go ahead and go out for the knockoff as he actually switches out. And I go for the knockoff because, one, if he stayed in or switched out, either way, some item is going to get knocked off. So that's perfectly fine by me. I'm just going to switch out and go out to my Conkeldurr, predicting either a Scald or an Ice Beam. But he goes for the Rapid Spin, which is okay. I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Bulk Up as I don't really think that this thing can do much to me. But he actually goes for the Yawn here, which is pretty unfortunate. I'm just going to go ahead and set up a Bulk Up. And I'm thinking I gotta switch out now, but I don't want to have the pain of him keep yawning and like me having to switch out pokes, because I don't think when I played this battle I don't think I knew that I think Yawn actually gets passed back by Espeon as well. But that's beside the point. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep him in a Sleep Fodder, go for the Drain Punch, and get that Infernape right to the dome. But unfortunately, it fails to KO. Now I'm just gonna switch out back into my Espeon, predicting a close combat. And he does go for it like I thought he would. And I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Morning Sun now, knowing that I can probably live one more hit from this Infernape. And I do live the Overheat with just 57 HP. And I do get off the Morning Sun, which is going to heal up my HP. I think it's 50%. So I'm at pretty good health at this point. And my Light Screen does wear off, so did my Reflect. So I'm going to take this opportunity and set up a Reflect as he actually switches out right back out into his Ononikusu. And I'm just going to switch out and go into my Kyurem, because I know that I can take anything from this Ononikusu, even if I wanted to go for a Dragon move. I do have the Reflect, and the Ononikusu, my Kyurem does have some pretty decent HP stats, so I knew I could take it. But I did not see the Brick Break coming. I honestly didn't, and I don't really play OU that much, so I don't really encounter that thing that much, so I didn't really expect it. But I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Draco Meteor here. I could have gone for the Ice Beam, but I thought he'd predict that and go out to his Blastoise. But he makes a good play and just switches out into his Infernape as Death Fodder. So he's definitely going to be able to have that free nice switch into his Teriyaki-Yam. As I switch out to my Voltaren, predicting a close combat. But he actually goes for the Swords Dance instead, which is very, very dangerous. I don't have anything that really wants to take a Stone Edge or a close combat from this Teriyaki-Yam. So I'm just going to go ahead and have to Death Fodder this thing, as he does finish me off with a Stone Edge like I thought he would. Unfortunately, I didn't get off the Whirlwind, but you know, what can we do? I'm just going to switch in my Kyurem now, and I do carry the Focus Blast. Hopefully it does not miss, but he actually switches out and goes out into his Blastoise to take this Focus Blast, but unfortunately that misses as well, which it kind of mattered in the long run. Not really, things probably would have just been a little bit different, but not that much. He is going to go off for the Scald here as I switch back out to my Espeon, predicting really anything from this Blastoise. Now I'm going to predict a switch out back into his Ononikusu, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but he's been doing that every single time I switch in an Espeon. He brings out his Ononikusu, so I thought he would do that once more. But he actually stays in with his Blastoise and goes for a Scald, which is really unfortunate. Now I'm just going to have to switch out here and go on to my 2-Stone. And he did get the burn on that Scald, so that was pretty bad. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my 2-Stone here, try to wake up, because I need this thing woken up for that Teriyaki-Yam. That Teriyaki-Yam is coming around and just harassing my team at this point. So I'm just going to go for the Mach Punch here. Hopefully I wake up, but unfortunately I don't. And he actually is going to bring in his Alakazam here, and I'm pretty sure Psychic from an Alakazam would be able to KO me. So no way in hell I'm going to stay in there. And I'm just going to switch right back out, go out to my Flareon, as he does go for the Psychic like I thought he would. And judging by the damage, that did a shit ton of damage. So I'm just going to go ahead and assume that this thing is probably Life Orb, Magikarp Life Orb, or maybe even Specs. But I'm honestly thinking Magikarp Life Orb because I'm pretty sure Specs would have done just a tiny bit more. But either way, I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Wish here. And he actually switches out as I switch out as well. I'm pretty sure he was predicting the Protect there. But I don't think I carry the Protect on that. So I'm just going to go ahead and pass the Wish on to my my Espeon here, and he actually sets up a Dragon Nest, which is really, really bad. I'm just gonna go ahead and go for the Psychic here. Hopefully I can live a Dragon Claw from this thing. If I can't, then it's game over. So he's gonna go for the Dragon Claw here, and I am gonna be able to live it with just 40 HP, and I'm gonna get off another Psychic on it, which is really, really nice. To be honest, I wasn't expecting to live that, but thankfully I do. Now he sends in his Alakazam here. And he's going to finish off the Shadow Ball here. No point in switching out because Espeon is at such low health. And I don't really have anything to take the Shadow Ball anyways. Now I'm going to switch back out to my Kyurem here. Go for the Draco Meteor on hopefully the Alakazam. But it actually switches out and goes out into his Blastoise to take the Draco Meteor, which is pretty bad. I mean, it does do a lot of damage. But because of that Focus Blast miss, this Draco Meteor isn't going to be able to KO it. So that's pretty unfortunate. But I'm just going to have to switch out here, go back out into my Nidoking here. Now, I know he was probably going to go for the Scald or the Ice Beam there, but I know my Nidoking could live at least one because that Blastoise is a bulky Blastoise. But he actually just goes for the Earthquake, which is even better because it's not Stab, and I'm pretty sure that thing has the lowest attack stat. So I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Thunderbolt, finish it off, and now he switches in his Bayleaf. I do carry the Ice Beam. I'm actually Life Orb, not Choice Scarf. So I'm going to get off the Ice Beam, and it does a really, really nice amount of damage. And I am going to be able to live off this Giga Drain because he is a Bayleaf, not a Meganium. And I am going to be able to get off the Ice Beam on it and finish it off. So things are getting pretty narrow at this point. I think it's 2-2, but or actually 3-2. But he's going to bring in this Alakazam here and go off for the Psychic and finish me off, which is unfortunate. But nothing really I could have done there. And I'm just going to go into my Kyurem here, go for the Draco Meteor, and he doesn't have a lot of shit. He doesn't have anything to take it, actually, so he's going to have to let this thing die. And I knew it would KO because those Psychics were doing a shit ton of damage, so I knew it wasn't going to be Focus Sash. So I was pretty confident right there. And unfortunately, the Burn is going to be able to finish me off, and I'm not going to be able to get some free damage on the Terrakion, but that's all fine. We're on... Oh, it's actually 4-3. That's pretty interesting, but... Anyhow, he is going to go for the Sacred Sword there, finish off my Flareon, as I'm just going to go ahead and switch in my Repushin. And this is my last chance right here. I just have to wake up, and hopefully I can wake up and get off a Drain Punch or Mach Punch. But he sets up a Swords Dance here, and I do not wake up, which is really unfortunate. And he is going to go for the Sacred Sword here. Now, I am at nearly full HP, and I thought I could live a Sacred Sword. But unfortunately, he does get the crit there, which probably didn't matter because I probably wouldn't have woken up in the next turn anyway, since it was only 2 turns of sleep. But either way, that was just a very great game, very close, really came down to the wire there, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a like if you did. Feel free to check out my channel, subscribe to PokeMoshPitBeta as well, and have an awesome day, YouTube. Peace out.